So we are doing understanding media. What is your favorite TV program? What do you like listening to on the radio? Which newspaper or magazine do you usually read? Do you surf the internet and what you have found most useful about it? Did you know that there is one word that is often used to collectively refer to the radio, TV, newspapers, internet, and several other forms of communication? This word is media. In this chapter, you will read more about the media. You will find out what is required to make it work, as well as the ways in which the media affects our daily lives. Can you think of one thing that you have learned from the media this week? You can comment your answer. Okay. Now, everything ranging from the stall at the local fair to the program that you see on TV can be called media. Media is a plural form of the word medium, and it describes the various ways through which we communicate in society. Because media refers to all means of communication, everything ranging from a phone call to the evening news on TV can be called media. TV, radio, and newspapers are a form of media that reaches millions of people or the masses across the country and the world, and thus they are called mass media. Now, children, this is the definition of media from here till here till here, and then from here till here is the definition of mass media. Okay. Media and technology. It would probably be difficult for you to imagine your life without the media. But cable television and the widespread use of the internet is a recent phenomenon. These have been around for less than 20 years. The technology that mass media uses keep changing. Newspapers, television, and radio can reach millions of people because they use certain technologies. We also tend to discuss newspapers and magazines as the print media, and TV and radio as the electronic media. So, newspapers and magazines are the examples of print media, and TV and radio are the examples of electronic media. Now, why do you think newspapers are called print media? As you get further, you will find that this naming is related to the different technologies that these medias use. The following photographs will give you a sense of the ways in which technology that mass media uses has changed over the years and continues to change. Change in technology or machines and making technology more modern helps media to reach more people. It also improves the quality of sound and the images that you see. But technology does more than you think. It also changes the ways in which we think about our lives. For example, today it is quite difficult for us to think of our lives without television. Television has enabled us to think of ourselves as members of a larger global world. Television images travel huge distances through satellites and cables. This allows us to view news and entertainment channels from other parts of the world. Most of the cartoons that you see on television are mostly from Japan or the United States. For example, Shinchan. We can now be sitting in Chennai or Jammu and can see images of a storm that has hit the coast of Florida in the United States. Television has brought the world closer to us. Okay, so this is also a very important line. You can get this as a filling the blank. Dash has brought the world closer to us. So you have to fill in that dash television. Okay, and children, please come back to the last page again and let's read this image. This is an artist's impression of Gutenberg printing the first sheet of the Bible. Okay. Now the next topic, media and money. And see here also you can see this picture with electronic typewriters. Journalism went a sea change in the 1940s. Okay. Now media and money. The different technologies that mass media use are expensive. Just think about the TV studio in which the newsreader sits. It has lights, cameras, sound recorders, transmission satellites, etc., all of which cost a lot of money. In a news studio, it is not only the newsreader who needs to be paid, but also a number of other people who help put the broadcast together. So this includes those who work after the cameras and lights. Also, as you read earlier, the technologies that mass media use keep changing. And so a lot of money is spent on getting the latest technology. Due to these costs, the mass media needs a great deal of money to do its work. As a result, most television channels and newspapers are a part of big business houses. Mass media is constantly thinking of ways to make money. One way in which the mass media earns money is by advertising different things like cars, chocolates, clothes, mobile phones, etc. You must have noticed the number of advertisements that you have to see while watching your favorite television show. While watching a cricket match on TV, the same advertisements are shown repeatedly between each over. And so you're often watching the same image over and over again. So that makes a imprint on your mind. Okay? And you will remember when you go to the market next time, you will remember that product. You will remember the name of the product. That is why it is displayed again and again. As you will read in the following chapter, advertisements are repeated in the hope. See, now you're getting the answer to that. In the hope that you will go out and buy what is advertised because you will remember it. Now, see this picture. John L. Bayard sits in front of the apparatus with which he demonstrated to the Royal Institute his invention, the televisor, an early television. Media and democracy. In a democracy, democracy is what? Democracy is for the people, by the people, and of the people. A country is a democracy, is a democratic country. So, in a democracy, the media plays a very important role in providing news and discussing events taking place in the country and the world. It is on the basis of this information that citizens can, for example, learn how government works. And often, if they wish to, they can take action on the basis of these news stories. Some of the ways in which they can do this is by writing letters to the concerned minister, organizing a public protest, starting a signature campaign, asking the government to rethink its program, etc. So this what this paragraph says is that if the people are not happy with something, they can take action by writing letters to the concerned minister, organizing a public protest, starting a signature campaign, asking the government to rethink its program, etc. Now, given the role that the media plays in providing information, it is important that the information be balanced. Let us understand what we mean by a balanced media report by reading two versions of the same news event given on the next page. So, see, these are two news articles of different newspapers. First one is of News of India report, second one is of India Daily report. Let's read the first one first. Here, News of India report. Crackdown on polluting factories. Protesters block roads and disrupt traffic. Violent protests by owners and workers brought the city to a standstill today. People getting to work could not do so on time because of huge traffic jams. The owners and workers are protesting the government's decision to close down polluting factory units. Although the government did take this decision rather hastily, the protesters have known for quite some time that the units are not legal. Moreover, the levels of pollution in the city will be greatly reduced by this closure. Mr. Jain, a well-known figure in the city, said, with our city gradually becoming India's new business hub, it is important that it be a clean and green city. Polluting factories should be moved. The factory owners and workers should accept the relocation being offered by the government instead of protesting. Now the next article in India Daily Report. Closure of factories causes unrest. The closure of 1 lakh factories in the city's residential area is likely to become a serious issue. On Monday, thousands of factory owners and workers took to the streets to strongly protest this closure. They said that their livelihoods will be lost. They say that the fault lies with the municipal corporation because it continued to issue licenses for new factories to be set up in residential areas. They also say that there were no adequate relocation efforts. The owners and workers plan a one-day city bandh to protest against this closure. Mr. Sharma, one of the factory owners, said, the government says that it has done a lot to relocate us, but the areas they have sent us have no facilities and have not been developed for the last 5 years. Now, the fact is that if you have read either newspaper, you would only know one side of the story. If you have read the News of India, the first one, you would most likely to think of protesters as a nuisance. They're disrupting traffic and continually polluting the city with their factories leaves you with a bad impression about them. But on the other hand, if you have read the story in the India Daily, this one, the second one, India Daily, you would know that the protests are because a lot of livelihoods will be lost if the factories close because the relocation efforts have not been adequate. Neither of these stories is a balanced report. A balanced report is one that discusses all points of view of a particular story and then leaves it to the readers to make up their minds. So this is the definition of a balanced report, and this is also important. Now, writing a balanced report, however, depends on the media being independent And independent media means that no one should control and influence its coverage of news. No one should tell the media what can be included and what should not be included in a news story. And independent media is important in a democracy. Now, as you have read above, it is on the basis of the information that the media provides that we take action as citizens. So, it is important that this information is reliable and not biased. However, the reality is that media is far from independent. This is mainly because of two reasons. The first is the control that the government has on the media. When the government prevents either a news item or scenes from a movie or the lyrics of a song from being shared with the larger public, this is referred to as censorship. Definition is from here. When the government prevents either a news item or the scenes from a movie or the lyrics of a song from being shared with the larger public, this is referred to as censorship. This is the definition of censorship. There have been periods in Indian history where the government censored the media. The worst of these was the emergency between 1975 to 1977. What does TV do to us and what can we do with TV? In many of our homes, TV is on a lot of time. In many ways, a lot of our impressions about the world around us are formed by what we see on TV. It is like a window on the world. How do you think it influences us? TV has different types of programs, soap operas like Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi, game shows like Kaun Banega Crorepati, reality TV shows like Big Boss, news, sports, and cartoons. Before, in between, and after each program are advertisements. Since TV time costs so much money, only those programs that can attract the maximum number of viewers are shown. Can you think of what such programs might be? Think of what are the kinds of things that TV shows and what it does not. Does this show us more about the lives of the rich or the poor? We need to think about what TV does to us, how it shapes our views of the world, our beliefs, attitudes, and values. We need to realize that it gives a partial view of the world. Partial means only just one side view of the world, half view. While we enjoy our favorite programs, we should always be aware of the large, exciting world beyond our TV screens. There is so much happening out there that TV ignores. A world beyond film stars, celebrities, and rich lifestyles, a world that all of us need to reach out to and respond to in various ways. We need to be active viewers who question whatever we see and hear while we may enjoy it too. While the government does continue to censor films, it does not really censor the media's coverage of news. Despite the absence of censorship by the government, most newspapers nowadays still fail to provide a balanced story. The reasons for this are complicated. Persons who research the media have said that this happens because business houses control the media, big business houses, big companies. At times, it is in the interest of these businesses to focus on only one side of the story. Media's continual need for money and its links to advertising means that it becomes difficult for media to be reporting against people who give them advertisements. Media is thus no longer considered independent because of its close links to business. Besides above, the media also tends to focus on a particular aspect of a story because they believe this makes the story interesting. Also, if they want to increase public support for an issue, they often do this by focusing on one side of the story. Setting agendas. The media also plays an important role in deciding what story to focus on and therefore decides what is newsworthy. For example, the annual function at your school is unlikely to make the news because that is not newsworthy. But if a famous actor is invited as a chief guest in the same annual function in the school, then the media might be interested in covering it. By focusing on particular issues, the media influences our thoughts, feelings, and actions and bring these issues to our attention. Due to significant influence it plays in our lives and in shaping our thoughts, it is commonly said that the media sets the agenda. Very recently, the media drew attention to alarming levels of pesticides in cola drinks. They published reports that indicated a high level of pesticides and thus made us aware of the need to regularly monitor these colas according to international quality and safety standards. They did this despite the government's resistance by boldly declaring the colas were unsafe. In covering this story, the media positively helped us focus on an issue that affects our lives and one that we might not even have been aware of it had it not been for media reporting. Similarly, this happened in the time when the corona came. So the media was constantly alarming us, warning us about the side effects of the corona and how to be prevented from it, right? So that time also media helped the people up to a great extent, I would say. Now there are several instances when the media fails to focus on issues that are significant in our lives. For example, drinking water is a major problem in the country. Every year, thousands of people suffer and die because they do not get the safe drinking water. However, we seldom find the media discussing this. A well-known Indian journalist wrote of how the Fashion Week, in which clothes designers show their new creations to rich people, formed the front page headlines of all the newspapers while several slums were being demolished in Mumbai. The very same week, and this was not even noticed. As citizens of a democracy, the media has a very important role to play in our lives because it is through the media that we hear about issues related to the working of the government. The media decides what to focus on, and in this way, it sets the agenda. The government can at times prevent the media from publishing a story, and that is called censorship. Nowadays, media's close relationship with business often means that a balanced report is difficult to come by. Given this, it is important for us to be aware that the factual is real information, that a news report provides is often not complete and can be one sided. We therefore need to analyze the news by asking the following questions. What is the information I am learning from this report? What information is not being provided? From whose point of view is the article being written? Whose point of view is being left out and why? So, before proceeding further, let's come back to the last page and read this orange box local media. Recognizing that the media will not be interested in covering small issues that involve ordinary people and their daily lives, several local groups have come forward to start their own media. Several people use community radio to tell farmers about the prices of different crops and advise them on the use of seeds and fertilizers. Others make documentary films with fairly cheap and easily available video cameras on real life conditions faced by different poor communities, and at times have even given the poor these video cameras to make films of their own lives. Another example is a newspaper called Khabar Lahariya, which is fortnightly and that is run by 8 Dalit women in Chitrakoot district in Uttar Pradesh. I am repeating, the name of the newspaper is Khabar Lahariya and it is a fortnightly newspaper and it is run by 8 Dalit women in Chitrakoot district in Uttar Pradesh. Written in the local language Bundeli, then it is written in Bundeli. This 8 page newspaper reports on Dalit issues and cases of violence against women and political corruption. The newspaper reaches farmers, shopkeepers, panchayat members, school teachers, and women who have recently learned to read and write. Now, social advertising. Social advertisements refer to advertisements made by the government or private agencies that have larger message for society. The following is a social advertisement regarding crossing of manned unmanned level crossings. See, at railway level crossing, alertness is the key to safety. Slow down your vehicle, stop the vehicle, see on both the sides, listen carefully. And other examples are during corona times, then polio advertisement, then you have to wear helmet, those kinds of advertisements, then smoking, don't smoke, smoking is banned. Such examples are examples of social advertisements. Now here we come to the end of this chapter, but before ending the video, let's learn these four definitions. These are also very important. Publish. This refers to news reports, articles, interviews, stories, etc. that are printed in newspapers, magazines, and books for a wide audience to read. Then censorship. This refers to the powers that government has to disallow media from publishing or showing certain stories. Broadcast. In this chapter, this word is used to refer to a TV or radio program that is widely transmitted. And then public protest. When a large number of people come together and openly state their opposition to some issue, organizing a rally, starting a signature campaign, blocking roads, etc., are some of the ways in which this is done. Now we come to the end of this chapter and I will upload the exercise in the next video. Thank you.